Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Brazil time, and it is time for class. If you don't know me, my name is Renata. I'm an English teacher. I have been one for the past 15 years, and I've never lived abroad. Welcome to Fluent for Real. We have a very to-the-point class tonight, and as usual, I'm here to help you take your English from okay to the English that your career demands, the English that 2% of Brazilians actually speak. Thinking about that goal. Hi, Fernando. Hi, Leticia. Welcome. Thinking about that goal, we have a very special class, because I brought to you something that a lot of us know about, false friends. You know what the expression false friend means? But I brought them related to your goal, the goal of speaking the English that will transform, your open doors to your professional dreams. So we're thinking about the real life at work, okay? So we have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Please, hi Ellen, Renata, hit the heart here to invite more people into our class, okay? We have a very special class tonight. And we'll be talking about 5+ false friends. If you don't know what a false friend is, I'm going to talk about that concept as well. Some people, the official name is false cognates, but we're not going to, refer to them by their technical name. We're going to be a little more functional as we usually are here at Fluent for Real, right? All right, so let's get started then. First of all, okay? Message. If you want to receive the class material, the material of this class, go to our Telegram group. We have a Telegram group that I will, you can DM me if you want, ask me for the link, or wait until the end of the class. I'm going to post the link so you can join our channel, all right? Actually, it's a Telegram channel. So you can receive the class material over there tomorrow with all the examples, all the sentences that I use here tonight. Okie dokie. But what do we have here tonight? We have, first of all, I'll be by myself, okay? I just want to, let it out there that MC will not be joining us tonight because she is on a well-deserved vacation, special vacation, and she won't be joining us tonight. So you will be joining me. I need your company and your participation because it's going to be a quiz class. I'm going to show you some words and I'm going to ask you if they are false friends or if they are not false friends. If you look at the word and it means something very similar to Portuguese, or if you look at the word, you think it's Portuguese, but it's actually not. If it's a false friend, all right? So it's not going to be that easy for you. You're going to participate. You're going to interact with me. Leave your guess in the comments, okay? I want to know if you are, I want you to interact with me and I want you to be active in this class, okay? Not just participating passively, but also putting your little brain, big brain to think. Okay, so one thing about false friends is they have a lot to do with translating in your head. If you watched our class about how to stop translating in your head, the Jimmy voice in your head trying to get you to think in Portuguese. If you watch that class, you know that Jimmy is not really trying to help you. Jimmy is getting in the way of your English, all right? Hi, Henrique. Welcome, Gold Digger. Welcome, Adriana. Welcome, Adri. I guess it's Adriana. I'm not sure. But anyway, so Jimmy, the voice in your head, makes it harder for you to avoid these false friends. Because if you're always thinking in Portuguese, and getting Portuguese in your head when you are trying to speak English, there is a big chance that you will use those false cognates when you are speaking, even if you understand that they are false cognates. So remember, stop translating in your head, watch the class. I'm going to link this class again, okay, on stories, but stop thinking in Portuguese. That's also one of the barriers, all right? So this is basically what we're going to do tonight. 5+ false friends and how they are actually, you know, not really helping us. But they will be in the middle of the list. I will show you more words than 5, and you will tell me if they are false friends or not. Okay? Identifying mistakes sometimes is harder. All right. Fernanda is asking, is MC your false friend? She left you working alone tonight and she's enjoying a nice holiday. No, she's my true friend, actually. No, she's on a very well-deserved vacation. And I'm sure she would love to be here, but she has like no internet access whatsoever where she is. Maybe she will share that with you guys. I'm not going to share where she is or what she's doing, but I know that her internet access is very limited right now. Okie dokie, so let's get started. Hit the little heart here to invite more people in. And you're going to tell me which words are false friends and which words are not. And I'm going to tell you if it's a false friend, in your face, or actually no, this is not a false friend. This is actually a nice word that actually means what it looks like it means. You know what I mean? So false friend, not a false friend, good friend. Okay? So you can also use these emojis in the comments to tell me if you think it's a false friend, in your face, or not. Okay? Okie dokie. So hi Niziane, hi Chris, hi Leticia, another Leticia, 2 Leticias joining in together. Lilian, welcome everybody. So there are a zillion false friends in English, okay? I'm gonna focus on the ones that I see being used in the workplace incorrectly, all right? And I'm gonna show you how dangerous they are, what kind of confusion they can cause, you know, so you understand, so you are aware of that, like, oh, actually it's a little more than I thought it was. And remember, guys, fluent speakers, not just native speakers, okay? If you're talking to someone on the other side of the planet that speaks English, that works with you, for you, or is your client, or is a future client, a prospect, those people won't necessarily understand your confusion. It's a false friend, it's a common confusion, it's a common misconception. No, not necessarily. Don't expect them to understand. Just because you are in touch with some people who get it and it's okay, that doesn't mean everybody will. So change that, okay? Go for the accurate English. Accurate, clear cut, elevated, remember? So accurate English is the English that right? Like that door that is open to any professional dream will demand. So let's be accurate. I think I've said it all. Okay. All right, so the first word. You know what, Leticia? You got the first word right. The first word is pretend. So leave it in the comments. Is it a false friend? Oh, it looks like Portuguese, but it's not like Portuguese. Or no, it looks like a word in Portuguese and it means the same in English and in Portuguese. Which one is it? False friend or good friend? I want to see your emojis. Okay. Renata guessed it's a false friend. Lucas guessed it's a false friend too. Niziane, very false friend, the fakest of friends. Okay. All right, Vivi, okay, so most of you guys are saying it's a false friend. Now my question is, do you remember that every time you use it? Or do you sometimes say, I pretend to get a promotion next year. I pretend to move abroad next year. Okay, self-awareness. Maybe you say, no, Renata, no, don't worry about it. No, I'm fine. I never make that mistake. Or maybe I do. So just to make it clear for everybody, yes, the word pretend is a false friend. It does not mean intention or plan. It means to be fake, to act like something that you are not, or to do something that is not really true. So repeat the sentence with me, the correct sentence. What do you intend to do in 5 years? Repeat. One more time, okay? And think about it. Close your eyes if you need to. What do you intend to do in 5 years? Intend, intention, okay? Intention is similar to Portuguese, so it's easy to remember. Intend. What do you intend to do in 5 years? I intend to work hard and get a promotion. Dishonest people pretend to work hard to get a promotion. Are you dishonest? Do you pretend to work hard? Do you pretend to get a promotion? No, you intend to get a promotion, right? So intend, intention, intend, intention, intend, intention. Associate that. Pretend, dishonest people. Dishonest people pretend stuff, okay? They lie, they tell you something that is not really what they mean, not true. All right, welcome aboard, everybody. Reminder, class material in our Telegram channel. If you want the class material for this lesson, all the examples, sentences, stay tuned on stories. I'm going to post the link after class, okay? All right, now, second word. Is it a false friend or is it not? Is it a cool friend? Okay, wait. I skipped one. Realize. Leave it in the comments. Emoji, false friend or real friend? Does it look like something in Portuguese, but it's not really what it looks like? Or is it? Okay. All right. Chris is writing here the translation. Chris, we avoid translating here at Learn For Real, okay? We avoid writing in Portuguese and thinking in Portuguese. So associate with a word in English. For example, pretend. To act like something you are not. Put the definition in English, don't think in Portuguese, all right? Okay, realize. Okay, a lot of haha emojis. Okay, well, I have news for you. It's neither, or it's actually both. Oh, both. Why? Because you can say that realizing is something you understand, you know? Example. I created this sentence, okay? I'm not sure if it's true. Rebecca Andrade, you know, the gold medal winner, the Brazilian marvel. Rebecca Andrade she understood that the Olympic medal was her dream when she was very young. So she had that understanding, okay? No, it's okay, Chris, you don't have to apologize, all right? No worries about it. It's just something that I think is going to help you. So Rebecca Andrade realized that. Got it, okay, different from Portuguese. Then it's a false friend. However, I can also say that Rebecca Andrade realized her ambition of winning an Olympic gold medal. She made that ambition come true. She realized that ambition. Is it more formal? Yes, it is. Is it something you will use on a daily basis? Probably not, but it is similar to Portuguese. All right? So what can I use instead of that? I can use something a little more clear-cut, a little more idiomatic. For example, she made her dream come true. Okay? Repeat the sentences with me just to make them a little more absorbed, in your brain. She made the dream come true. She carried out her project. One more time. She carried out her project. Number 3, another option. She accomplished the task. If it's hard, remember, class material will be available. She accomplished the task. She completed the project. She executed the plan. So, realize is a false friend many times because it means to understand, to have that, that general understanding of a situation going, oh. But at the same time, it can also mean to make something true, a project, an ambition, something true. So careful because they're not always villains, okay? Not always. The next word, let's see if they are false friends. If it is a false friend, haha emoji in the comments, or not, or an okay friend. Does this word mean what it looks like it means in Portuguese? Alleviate. Alleviate. Or no, it's a trick. É cilada, Bino. It's a trick, Bino. Which one? Okay, leave it in the comments. Ingrid thinks it is a false friend. Everybody joining in, if you're feeling a little lost, we will have class material. Keep watching and then you can pick up the rest of the class in the class material or watch the class tomorrow. Everton, Renata, Renata thinks it is a good friend. And Everton thinks it's a false friend. Chris thinks it's a false friend. Okay, I see fewer people responding this one. I guess you are not so sure of the answer. I'm guessing. Andrea thinks it's it's a real friend. All right, well, in case you Googled a dictionary, an English dictionary, you may have figured out that it is a real friend. To alleviate may sound like it's a made-up word. Oh, Renata invented this word. There is no way the word alleviate exists. You know, there is the word relief. The word relief. No, actually, the word alleviate means, you know, like Portuguese, to alleviate pain, to alleviate pressure, etc. But why did I bring this here? Why did I bring this word into our class? Because we Brazilians, we have this tendency to think that the best words and the best vocabulary are not similar to Portuguese. Oh, I need to memorize all the phrasal verbs in the world. You know, I need them. When in fact, the most elevated words in English, not the most elevated, but so many elevated words are actually Latin rooted. They are similar to the words that we use. Do you know where I saw this so much, so clearly? When I watched The Crown, the series. They use so many Latin adjectives and Latin verbs because they are very formal. They use a lot of these words. And then you listen to them and you're like, oh, no way, this is actually a word in English. Are you going to speak like them? No, you're not going to speak like the royals on a daily basis. But if you know these little words and you throw them in every now and then at a meeting, at something more formal, in a situation where you need to show your English, it's great. It's a beautiful word that many native speakers don't even know. Think about Portuguese. Think about the words that most people use and think about words that people with great vocabulary use. That's the same comparison. Many Brazilians know how to speak, of course, because we're native speakers, but there are some Brazilians who have great vocabulary and you see the difference. We are able to tell the difference when we see them speaking or writing. So that's kind of what happens here, okay? Not every word that looks like Portuguese is a false friend. And you can even use that to your advantage because it's easier to understand, easier to incorporate, and very elevated, all right? Be careful not to be too formal all the time, but it's a good thing to have, up your sleeve when you need it. Okay, all right, next one. Sensible. Is it a false friend? Leave it in the comments. Or is it a good friend? Is it a false friend? No, it's trying to deceive me. It's not what it looks like. Or no, It's exactly what it looks like. It is similar to Portuguese in English as well. Which one? Sensible. Which one? Sensible. Okay, so, all right, Maurício, Renata, Nisiane, André, Everton. Chris thinks it's a false friend. Paulo thinks it's also a real friend. Lilian. Okay, so most of you think that this word looks like what it is in Portuguese, the same thing. All right, now I'm gonna ask you just to be a little more specific about this one, because it might be, you might be thinking something different. What do you think this means? Do you think it means someone whose feelings get hurt very easily? Or for example, the skin, oh, my skin is sensible, you know, like ow, ow, is that it? Is that what you think? Or not? Okay, I'm not gonna wait for the answers, but just, you know, respond to yourself there. The thing is, sensible and sensitive are very different words. Chris wrote here, means sensitive. Well, sensible is related to reason, to being more rational. Not sensitive. Sensitive is more related to emotion and more related to being susceptible to a feeling, you know, easy to hurt. Somebody that if you, let's say, if you yell at them a little more, they will feel that. So they are more sensitive. Sensible is a characteristic that is very welcome in the workplace. You know, somebody that is very good at making decisions. They think about the pros, the cons, and they make us a rational decision. All right? That's what it means to be sensible. Reasonable. Reasonable, also related to reason, not emotion. Reason, being rational, being reasonable, practical, and showing good judgment. Being sensitive, on the other hand, if you have sensitive skin, it means that you have allergies, or if the weather is very cold, you have a rash, you know, your skin turns red. You have a rash on your skin. So can you see how if you use it incorrectly, you can confuse the listener? If you call your boss a sensitive person, oh, my boss is very sensitive, you're saying something else. Or on the other hand, if someone got upset with you because of something you said, I think he's more sensitive than I thought, and you say, I think he is more sensible than I thought, you are saying something different, not absolutely the opposite, you know, of what you actually mean. So sensible, reasonable, good decision making, excellent quality to have at work, being sensible. Sensitive, being more susceptible to feelings, you know, bad feelings or good feelings. Or even good feelings too, you know, somebody who is very good at picking up emotions, you know, like understanding when somebody is sad. I think he's not well today. So you're sensitive. Be careful with this false friend, okay? False friend. Next one. False friend or not, to converse. False friend or not? Does it look like Portuguese, but it's not really Portuguese? Or I can trust this word. This word is a good friend. It's just like Portuguese. I look at it and I can use it the same way I would use it in Portuguese. To converse. False friend? Leave it in the comments. Emoji or good friend. Which one is it? Remember, class material with all these words and examples will be in our Telegram channel. If you want to join in, stay tuned on stories. I'm going to post the link there, okay? All right, so we have here Amanda Taide, my good friend. False friend, Chris. False friend, Vivian. False friend, Mila, Nisiane. Whoa, hi, Gabi. False friend. Everybody think it's a false friend. Fernando's crying. crying, crying. Well, my friends, it is not a false friend. This is a beautiful, elevated, formal way to say talk. Okay? Can you see that I wrote the verb? The verb, not the noun. The noun converse means something else. The verb to converse means to talk. Let's repeat a beautiful sentence with that, okay? Beautiful sentence. Or is it? Okay. She enjoyed the chance to converse with another French speaker. She enjoyed the chance to converse with another French speaker. Repeat with me. She enjoyed the opportunity to talk with another French speaker, you know, to converse with him. Formal, elevated. Are you going to use that on a daily basis? I need to converse with you. No. I need to talk to you. I need to speak with you, right? But if you need it, it's here. It's there, okay? To have a conversation, to have a talk with someone. Yes. Shocker, right? As I said before, if you want a list of those words, rewatch or watch The Crown, you know, with a notepad, taking notes, because The Crown is an excellent series to help you with that. So we have 2 good friends on the list already, right? You never heard it this way? Wow, okay, so good. I'm bringing news to you all. Okay, now, let's see here. It's 9:30. We have time for a couple more. I'm going to skip these 2 because I prefer the last ones, okay? So we have, there are so many. I think I'm going to leave some for, for later this week, like reels, because I won't have time to do all of them. Okay, I'm going to go to my favorite ones here, okay? Okay, I'm going to skip some, and I'm going to leave them till later. Okay, this one right here, false friend or not? False friend or not? Agenda, does it look like what it is? Or is it a false friend? No, it's not similar to Portuguese. No, Renata, are you crazy? Yeah, it's similar to Portuguese. I can use it just like I use it in Portuguese. No. False friend? Good friend. Okay, so emoji. All right, not. So Amanda said false friend. Isiane, false friend. André, false friend. Renata, good friend. Carla, false friend. Paulo, good friend. Mauricio, good friend. I think I'm starting to get in your head. Everybody's like, I think it's a false friend, but I think it's not. But just because the others were not, this one must be a trick too. Okay, wow, a lot. Wow, I guess it's a 50-50, situation. Well, agenda is a false friend. Agenda is not the plan for the day, your plan for the day. Oh, what are you going to do today? Let me check my agenda to see if I'm busy. No, okay? That's not what it means. An agenda means like the plan or the list of things that are supposed to be done, that are the priorities for a company or for a government, for example. You know how when a candidate becomes a candidate, they usually have a list of things that they want to change, Oh, I want to invest in education. I have a project for education. I want to, talk about, human rights, etc. That is the person's agenda. It's the list of things that they want to work on, that they will prioritize. In the business world, the same thing happens, okay? The same thing applies. So it's a list of subjects to be discussed, for example, at a meeting. When you get into a meeting, you can say, oh, what's the agenda here? Oh, this is high on the agenda. This topic is high on the agenda, which means it's supposed to be talked about and discussed first because it's very, very important, okay? All right, so Amanda's saying, during a presentation, we can present the agenda for the discussions. Exactly, like what's the agenda today? What are we going to talk about? What are the items that are supposed to be discussed? So basically a list of things that are important that have to be discussed at a meeting or by a government, okay, in general, like what are they going to do in 4 years? What is their agenda? And there is something interesting about this expression, this word, the expression, a hidden agenda. You know how in Portuguese we say somebody has second intentions? Second intentions doesn't exist in English. In English we say, he has a hidden agenda, or she has a hidden agenda, which is intentions, you know, things that they want without telling you that they want that they are going to get that. So they pretend they want something or they're doing something, but in fact, they have another intention, a second intention. They have a hidden agenda. So the expression in English is hidden agenda. Only for politics and for meetings. In relationships. Maybe your new girlfriend or your new boyfriend has a hidden agenda, or a new friend just wants, I don't know, your money. They just wants to use you. So hidden agenda. They are friends with you, but they have a hidden agenda. They actually want something else, all right? Maybe they want to date your brother or your sister. They become friends with you. Okay, I'm going a little nuts with the examples here. But anyway, agenda does not mean calendar. The Google app in English is not Google Agenda in Portuguese. It is. In English, it's Google Calendar. Okay? So, agenda is not your daily plan, the plan for the day. And last but not least, just because our time is up, last but not least, oh my God, it's so hard to choose. I have two great ones. Okay, I'm going to choose the one that is really hard to choose. Okay, I'm going to choose this one because I think it's more complicated in the workplace to use, okay? The word compromise. False friend or not? Good friend or false friend? Leave it in the comments. This is the last word of the night. Is it a false friend? No, it looks like Portuguese, but it's not Portuguese. Or is it a good friend? Yeah, I can use it just like I do in Portuguese. Last word of the night. Class material will be available for you with all the words and examples. Tonight's words and examples. Sentences for you to study and review. False friend or good friend? Okay, so we have a good friend, false friend. Mauricio, false friend. 2-2. Who else? Leave it in the comments there. What do you think compromise is? Okay, Fernando thinks it's a false friend. Okay, false friend. All right, so the word compromise is a false friend. A compromise. Okay, wait, all right? We have a lot of meanings for this. The first meaning. What is a compromise? A compromise is an agreement that two people reach, two sides reach, okay? And usually they have to make concessions, okay? To make a concession is to make a compromise. I don't know, think about marriage, relationships in general. You never get 100% of what you want. Well, if you do, teach me how. Because I never get 100% of what I want, in my marriage. And my husband doesn't either. So we have to go like, okay, I will make a concession. I will give this up if you give this up. And then we finally make a deal. We reach an agreement. Okay? So to make a compromise is to make a concession to reach an agreement. So compromise, okay, it's an uncountable noun. Compromise is an inevitable part of marriage. Compromise is an inevitable part of marriage. The action of making concessions here and there to reach the agreement. Okay? That's what it means. So be prepared to make compromises. That's the first meaning of the noun, okay? And the verb. However, To compromise, like I said, to compromise can mean to make a concession, not have 100% of what you want, but have 80%, and then the other person has 80%, and then you meet and you have an agreement. Or then it's more similar to Portuguese, but not exactly. Actually, no, it's not similar to Portuguese. I'm thinking about the other word. To do something that is against your principles and is dishonest or shameful. For example, to compromise your integrity. Would you compromise your integrity for a promotion? Would you lie to get a promotion? Then would you compromise your integrity, your ethics, your moral values for a promotion? That's what it means. To compromise something is to do something against your principles and risk and lose a value, lose your integrity, something shameful, something wrong. The word that we think is the word commitment. Commitment and compromise are confused usually because they're also part of relationships. When you think about a marriage and you have to compromise, you have to say, okay, I will give this up not to fight with you. You are also in a relationship, so you have a commitment with your partner. What is a commitment? It is, something that you do, like an arrangement that you make also, but it's much more related to a promise. If you have a commitment with someone and you are in a monogamous relationship, I have a commitment with my husband. I cannot have another husband. I cannot have another boyfriend. I have a commitment with him. And the other word that you might be thinking is compromise is the word appointment. I have an appointment today, so I can't see you. I have an appointment with my doctor at 3 o'clock, so I can't see you. All right? So the words appointment, commitment, compromise, they are all mixed up in the same bowl, but they are very different. Okie dokie? So compromise is a false friend. Maybe you were looking for the words commitment or appointment. For meetings, doctor meetings, dates, social gatherings, appointment. And commitment, relationship. You are committed to someone. You have a commitment with romantic or not, okay? You have a commitment with your company too. You can't just call your boss tomorrow and say like, I'm not showing up at work. I'm not turning on my computer. I'm not going to work tomorrow. You have a commitment. You have a responsibility, okay? All right, so that was it. Fernando is asking, is the word balance a synonym in this case? No, not really, Fernando. Not really. I think you understand the idea because you were thinking about getting a final decision together, right? Finding the balance. But finding the balance is much more generic than compromising. Compromising means I want something, you want something, we are fighting. We don't get to an agreement. So I will have to say, okay, I give this up, and you give this up, and we finally reach an agreement, okay? For a couple, Chris, you would have a date with someone for a couple, okay? I have a date with my even with your husband or, significant other. I have a date with someone instead of an appointment, okay? Thank you all so much for coming, for staying. Class material will be available. Re-study, open the class material, study it again, and make sure that you not only do you read the sentences, but say the sentences out loud, all right? Your voice is powerful. Your voice will help you incorporate vocabulary, incorporate the ideas much, much, much better. Don't just leave them here. Remember, you want to speak English. So read them out loud, okay? Thank you for joining me. I will leave all the words, even the ones that I did not talk about, that I didn't have time to mention. There are, I think, 3 more in the class material, okay? Keep an eye on stories. I will leave that not only on stories, but also on highlights. If you are watching this on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you will be able to see it only until next Wednesday, all right? So go there and pick up the link for the class material. Thank you all so much for joining, and have an amazing night. I will see you all next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Brazil time for one more live lesson to help you leave the okay English behind and get to the English that only 2% of Brazilians actually speak. Let's expand that group, okay? See you all. Bye-bye.